Hello, welcome back to the SqueekyDogCast. Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome and hello.
Yes. We already had to restart the opening because my internet has been giving us fuckies, and I didn't realize it until my screen went fuzzy. But yes. Welcome back. Jade, how are you doing?
The world is burning.
The world is burning. So, after we recorded the last episode and put it out, like instantly so much shit happened and it just got worse and worse in the world. There's so many things to talk about.
All of the news happens
Like,
as soon as we stop recording.
that's always how it goes. It always happens like the weekend after we upload and stuff. It's just like, all right, here's all the fucking shit that happened, and then by the time we get to the podcast, it's all like old. It's all old news.
Because it doesn't happen early in the week.
Yeah, it always happens. Yeah, well, I guess these act as like weekly recaps in a way.
Yeah, we get to just talk about we could get John Oliver on.
Yeah.
We could talk about last week tonight.
Yeah, last week. Well, it's tonight for you.
Shout out to John.
It's today for me. John Oliver surprises me. I feel like he should be, like, considering like the type of guy he is. He like he's like a late night kind of guy, you know, like Jimmy Fallon. He should be like shit, but he's like good. He's done more to move people to the left than like any tank he has, any like ML on Twitter. So I mean, he's like surprisingly effective at being like a center left.
I have massive respect for him.
Yeah,
I have more respect for John Oliver than I do for Jon Stewart.
Yes, I do, especially recently.
More so, like, as the years have gone on. And Jon Stewart also did a thing that completely fucking annoyed me and kind of pissed me off.
Was it recent? Because he's been doing recent shit.
No,
that annoyed me.
It wasn't recent.
Okay. Well, what was it?
It was when I started to turn sour on Stewart.
What was it? Because I might know what it is.
It was who he decided to have follow him on his show.
Oh, right. Yeah, that fucking guy. I forget his name. South African annoying guy.
Trevor
Noah, yeah. Okay.
So for all you Americans out there, Trevor Noah is from South Africa, the country I'm from.
Yes.
And he is actively unfunny.
He is so unfunny.
And has no good political sense.
You know, he's like just noise. He's nothing. He's just a guy to host a show.
Like, is there an American comedian that you would compare him to?
I'm honestly, I need to see more of Trevor Noah to really get what his style is. Because like for me, I see him basically just as a guy. Like he's nothing special. He's just a dude, and he's kind of unfunny. So like I don't know. You can literally pick out anybody to replace him.
Your average New Yorker.
No, an average New Yorker is gonna have some
not like, even quick talking. I mean, he's not even that fucking funny.
Yeah, no, he's gonna have like an average New Yorker is gonna have some quick talking wit, you know, and just at least a funny voice.
So like when Jon Stewart selected Trevor Noah to be his follow up, his
protege,
and put him in the seat, I thought to myself, you know, I get the decision from optics and political standpoint, but you chose the wrong guy who really had nothing. Like, if you want to talk about, you know, the right wing talking point with like the DEI hires and all that,
he was a DEI hire.
He was absolutely put there because he's the South African guy.
Yeah,
who was like, oh, we'll give a whole different perspective. We've had like Obama now, so let's have like. No. Yeah. He's an unfunny person. I don't care what shade he is.
I don't like Jon Stewart because recently he's been like, let's not call Trump a fascist because that takes meaning away from the word. That type of stuff. That's what he's been doing recently, and it's really been annoying me. So I've been really soured on Jon Stewart.
Yeah. As I said, like that was the point that I started souring on him, and then ever since then, like he went quiet, obviously, for a lot of the time. that Trevor
Yeah.
was in the seat.
Yeah, he
And then when he
disappeared.
started making himself like more publicly known and putting opinions out again, like they started coming out like wrong,
Yeah, he moved towards
bad.
the center.
Like this, like remember I was there to watch the Jon Stewart response to 9/11.
Yeah.
Like
The
still
golden
considered
years.
today one of the most like poignant moments in American television history.
There's actually a lot of people who said that about 9/11 now that I think about it, because there's also Bill Maher who got into hot water for saying stuff about 9/11 back then, and Gilbert Godfrey.
Okay, Gilbert Gottfried, like I think people gave him too much shit. He's a goddamn comedian. What the fuck do you expect?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Jon Stewart stopped being funny that night.
Yeah.
And not in a he was not funny, oh, what a shit show kind of way. He was not funny in like
A
this
purposeful
is
way.
actually something that hurts.
Yeah.
And it hurt not only him, not only the people around him, but the whole fucking country, and he
Yeah.
didn't make an ass out of it.
Yeah.
And then he's now this guy who's like, don't say fascism. So
Yeah.
what happened to you, John?
He did the thing that like all old parents like to say, well, you'll move to be a conservative when you're older. He did that unironically, probably because he had money. Probably because he had money and he was out of the spotlight for a bit, so he was able to just be like friends with other like media personalities who were all like center right, center left, in the center people. So he just moved over to them because of his friends. That's probably what it was. That's the most believable thing. Is he just like, because of being away from it, he just moved to the center. But John Oliver, he never stopped. He's still going. He's been
John
progressive
Oliver,
for years.
yeah, but he gets progressively better as the
Yeah.
years go on.
He gets
Like,
better and better.
he's like an odd case of the media personality who gets older but doesn't like drift right.
Yeah. The only thing that's wrong with John Oliver, is that because he's a like a talk show guy, he makes so many jokes that age so poorly just because of pop culture changing. Like I watched a clip from him from like 2017 or something. And he made a joke about a song and doing a dance, and it was the cringiest fucking thing I had seen in so long. It was so bad, and it's just like that's this kind of the issue with being that type of like that type of media personality, is you're gonna like just make an ass of yourself, and it'll never it'll never age well. Uh, but I can't really hold that against him. It's funny. Uh,
But speaking of media personalities, I guess that's a good segue
oh
into
yeah.
another media personality who's drifting
Well,
left somehow.
Well, it's not really left. This
No,
one.
it's not really left, but
So
it's a drift.
this kind of, it's hard to really introduce this topic because of how big it is, but we're referring to Tucker Carlson interviewing Ted Cruz, and I think in order to really get into that, we need to talk about everything that had happened over the past week with the thing, because so the interview was over Iran and Israel, and as I'm sure everyone knows watching this, they're at like a pseudo war right now. So to get some information on that for everyone watching, around a week ago now, this is the article that came out at the time. It was updated since then, but Israel strikes Iran's nuclear facilities and kills top generals. Um, Israel did an unprompted, unnecessary missile strike on Iran because for some time now, Iran has been believed to be very close to be getting a nuclear weapon, which is something Israel really doesn't want because it means they can't attack Iran, and they really want to attack Iran because Iran is the
Yeah.
biggest Muslim nation in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like actually see the clip? Somebody put together a compilation of all the times Netanyahu was in front of like Congress or doing a press conference or something, saying they're like a week away from nuclear weapons. They're like,
Yeah,
they're gonna get it next month,
I
and
haven't
then
seen the
like the
full thing,
clips
but
start
I
from like
did
1997.
I did see a clip from like 1990s of people in Israel going, they're gonna have a nuclear weapon like any minute now. We gotta strike now. Yeah, no,
Is
it's
like
yeah.
somebody had put together all the times that Netanyahu had done this, and it was like a clip from 97, a clip from 99, a clip from 2003, a clip from 2006, and it's like he's been saying they're a week away from nuclear weapons for 30 fucking years.
Yeah, no, it's not a a valid threat, really.
And you want to know what? I'm going to have the unpopular opinion here. I'm going to say something that you might even have to cut.
Well, let's say it.
Maybe America needs to butt the fuck out and let Iran do its thing.
I think that's okay to say. I don't think I need to censor that.
And you know why? The more America fucks with the Middle East, the more reason there is for any political figure, whether it's the Ayatollah or whoever is in charge, to want nuclear weapons.
Yeah, the
Because
reason
their enemies have nuclear weapons.
yeah, the reason why Iran wants nukes is because Iran has been antagonized by the rest of the world for like fucking 70 years. So they want a way to deter that from happening. And the best way
Because
to do that in a nuclear
believe,
world is the nuclear weapons.
I don't believe that if Iran had a nuke or
They'd use
nuclear
it.
capability,
They wouldn't
that
use it.
they'd be sending them over the world.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't believe that. Number one, North Korea has nukes.
Yeah. That's the
They
biggest
don't
like
send them.
that's the
Russia has
biggest
nukes.
fucking
They don't send
non-starter.
them.
Yeah, that's the biggest like debunking of Iran is gonna nuke the world argument is that North Korea and has had nukes for like 20 years and they're like immensely more unstable and war like wanting a war than any other nation in the world. So like and Russia's had them and they haven't used it. Like Iran isn't in the position to use a nuke. Why would they use it for no reason when like North Korea and Russia have had on paper reasons to use a nuke? You know,
Yeah.
like
But not only
Iran's
that,
not going to
I
use a
will
nuke.
take it a step further and say that America needs to get rid of nukes.
Everyone needs to get rid of nukes.
Because
Yes.
America is the only country in the world that has actually used them against another nation.
Yeah.
They are the only ones who have proven themselves to
Well,
be ones that will use it.
to be fair, it was literally the first time they were used. So it's more of like
Doesn't change the fact that my point is truthfully and factually correct. They are the only nation in the world who has actively done this.
yes, but there's a difference between like what we're talking about of like people thinking Iran's going to randomly nuke the earth and America using two at the time were just seen as really big bombs to end an 8-year long war. Um so like there's like there's contextual differences to that. Um I'd say that America should not have nukes because of our current administration being incredibly compromised by Russia and being incredibly incompetent and overall just a threat to the international security. But I also think every nation should not have nukes. So it's not really like a hot take for me to think that America should lose nukes because I think they all should have losing new nukes. Only two countries have lost nukes: Ukraine and your country, South Africa.
Yeah. But we
Funny,
lost
you
we
lost
got
it
rid
for
of
good
nukes
reason.
because of racism.
Yeah. I forgot.
We got rid of
Yes, I forgot. Yeah, yeah.
we got rid of nukes because of racism. Because when, for anybody not in the know, basically the long and short of it is that in the 80s, the apartheid racist regime of South Africa started realizing, hey, the shit's starting to become untenable, and it looks like we might actually not own the country in a few years, so we should probably de-nuke so that we don't give black people nukes. Like
Yeah,
that's like it's blunt, but that is the long and short of it. Why South Africa doesn't have nukes.
I always forget that's why, and in my head, I convinced myself it's because the rest of the world were like, nah, you're not allowed to have nukes. And I just forgot that the real reason why is that white South Africaners were racist as fuck in the early 90s and late 90s and stuff like that time period. So yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, that's the beginning of what happened here. Iran fought back. They sent some missiles back. Some of them got through. We have another article here. Well, these are more actually these can be talked about in a second because these are more contemporary. But that gives us enough context to talk about this Tucker Carlson clip, which is quite funny. Jade told me this earlier. So Tucker Carlson, for anyone who doesn't know, former Fox News host. He got exiled to Twitter after he got fired from Fox for being annoying and everyone hating him. And now he just makes content there. He has a podcast that nobody watches because it's fucking Twitter hour-long videos. But he had Ted Cruz on, and they talked about Iran. And I just want to play the clip here.
It's hilarious.
I want to play the clip. Is there subtitles? I don't think there's subtitles. It's fucking Twitter. There's no subtitles.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people live in Iran?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
How could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
Why is it relevant whether it's, it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that relevant?
Because if you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
They are Persians and predominantly Shia. Okay, this is cute.
It's not
okay.
even... You don't know anything about Iran. So
okay, I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one who
don't know anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump. You're the one who can't figure out if it was a good idea to kill General Soleimani, and you said it was bad.
You don't believe they're trying to murder Trump?
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if you really believe that...
We're carrying out military strikes today.
You said Israel was.
Right, with our help. I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Well, you're breaking news here because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Pfeiffer denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity.
No, we're not bombing them. Israel's bombing them.
You just said we were.
We are supporting
Israel.
High
stakes. You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is at war with Iran right now, people are listening.
Okay.
All right. So
before we get into it, no bow tie.
Oh, you're right. He's a man. He's grown up. He's
an adult now.
He's an adult. Who was it that made fun of his bow tie? Was it who was it? Was it Jon Stewart?
Stewart.
It was Jon Stewart.
It was Jon Stewart. Stewart constantly.
That was when Tucker Carlson worked at CNN.
But he also kept the bow tie on Fox.
Yeah, he had the bow tie on Fox. Classic mommy milkers bow tie.
But all jokes aside, this is absolutely fucking wild to me. Just for if you look at if you go back to I think when Tucker Carlson is holy shit laughing at him.
Yeah, though that's classic Tucker Carlson.
Where with an actual good point. Just think about the world we live in.
You're the one who claims.
There we go. No.
Yeah.
That's how many times has Tucker Carlson in his life had that moment and actually had a good point behind him? What world do we live in?
Well, the thing is, this doesn't surprise me because Tucker Carlson has kind of always been this MAGA internationalist. Not MAGA. I shouldn't say MAGA. Nazi. A Nazi internationalist who will say anything to get that bag, and his bag at the moment is grifting as an internationalist. It's like Russia, Iran, these other right-wing dictatorships are really good, right? So he's also anti-Semitic, which is He's one of the people who's against Israel because he's a Nazi. Is one part of it.
The irony of that, though, considering the Nazis are pro-Israel.
I know.
At least like traditional 1930s, 1940s Nazis were pro-Israel.
Yeah.
Not pro-Israel in like they have the right to defend themselves.
But like just we should create an Israel so all the Jews can go over there.
It's like just send the Jews to the desert sort of
deportation
thing.
Type of ethnic cleansing.
Yeah.
But Tucker Carlson is a smart guy. So like, he is though.
Did you just say that?
No, he's a smart. He's not. He plays the idiot. But like Alex Jones is also smart. Carolyn Levitt is smart. These people are smart people. It's why they're evil. These are evil smart people. They know how to like. He's smart enough to like know that Ted Cruz is a fucking idiot. He's smart enough to know that like Ted Cruz doesn't know anything he's fucking talking about, and if he wants to position himself as more of a he's more to the right than Ted Cruz. Tucker Carlson is. He's more to the right than Ted Cruz. He's more of a Nazi than so many other people in the world, and because of that, because of the fact that Nazis have some beliefs that because Nazism is the poor man's communism. It's the stupid man's communism. I should say the poor man's. It is. No, if you look at the roots of Nazism, they took socialist arguments and came to the wrong conclusions. This is the basis of Nazism. It's why it's called National Socialism. Is because they took socialist arguments and said, "Nuh-uh, it's not bourgeoisie, it's the Jews, it's the blacks, it's the gays, it's that, it's the degeneracy, it's the rot of society that's causing your issues, not capitalism." That's the origin of Nazism. That's why so many, like, that's why Mussolini was able to fucking go from being socialist union leader to being fascist dictatorship of Italy, because the people who supported him in the Socialist Party were like Marxists, Leninists, like super far right socialists. So Tucker doing this, it's like fucking, it's like Nazi it's Nazbolism, it's National Bolshevism. This is like he would have been a Nazbol back in like the 40s. Tucker Carlson's the type of guy to get killed in the light of the Night of the Long Knives. It's a really
Tucker Carlson would be like butt buddies with Goebbels.
No, he would have been the guy fucking Ernst Röhm.
I mean, there's a lot of different ways to take it, but either way, like, it is kind of fucking wild that if you actually dive into what was said, like beyond the bullshit of it, Ted Cruz basically just said on an international stage, America is currently at war with Iran.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's absolutely it. We're just waiting for like an official American strike. We're just waiting for that, basically. We already know like, America wants to fucking jump in.
This is more involved than
anything we've done with
Russo-Afghanistani war.
Yeah, actually it is. It is more involved because in that war we were in Russo-Afghan. I thought you said I don't know why I thought you said Russo-Ukraine.
No.
It is more involved in the
Afghanistani war.
Oh, it is so incredibly more involved in the Afghan war. Because that was like done in a time where like the American government was competent and was able to do things without the American people knowing. And it was also done at a time where the U.S. government was able to do things without failing. Something we don't have anymore because of how much the government's been gutted. But when I was thinking Russia and Ukraine, this is like, I think that's more of an apt comparison because of how recent it is. We are so like tense about our language with supporting Ukraine, but here we just have people being like, yeah, we're getting ready to like strike Israel or strike Iran. Like it's so fucking funny how ride or die America is for Israel. It's so like tragically comedic, you know? You can criticize the American government and be roughly okay. Like we're doing it like right now, right? We're fine. We're not going to get locked up for now for criticizing the American government. But you can't criticize Israel without being like given hate speech charges in like Texas or some shit. You know? Like, it's fucked up. Like, it's really fucked up. Why are we so beholden to this foreign nation? Oh, it's because of all the MIC contracts that we have tied up with selling them weapons so they can keep genociding people in the Middle East. Cool, great, love business, love capitalism, man.
Yeah.
Because never be mistaken, it's not, America is not run by Jews. That's not why we're so beholden to Israel. It's because there's a lot of money being circulated in Israel's wars. And America makes a lot of fucking money on weapons. It's always down to the weapons. It's always the military-industrial complex. Yeah. I mean, to get our point here, Israel does love using weapons to kill people. Even though they've been firing missiles at Iran, they're still not diverting their attention from Gaza. 81 people killed in Gaza just the other day in one strike. Just they're still going. Just in case anyone was curious, they're still going over here. Like, this doesn't end. There's probably like 8 Palestinians left, but they're still being murdered. Past 24 hours, 69 bodies, including 2 that were recovered after an attack, and 221 wounded were admitted to hospitals in the besieged enclave, medical sources say. 55,000 people, 55,706 people have been killed, and 130,000 have been wounded since October 7th, 2023. This is insane. This is disgusting. 55,000 people have been killed.
Yeah. The thing is that we all knew this was gonna come.
Yeah.
Like, I think, look, what was it, October 7th?
October 7th, yes.
When October 7th happened, everybody sort of went like, oh shit, this is so bad. Like, of course, Israel has the right to defend itself. And then Israel like started its shit. And everybody sort of could go like, okay, we understand why Israel is fighting the way it is. And then it went on for another month and another month.
Yeah.
You know?
And
now it's at the point of like,
almost 2
my
years.
God, how many people are you going to murder?
Yeah.
For one attack by one group that you're not even killing. You're not even killing the people who
the group's
did
gone.
October
like, Hamas
7th.
is gone. It's just... I wanted to bring up real quick 2 of Israel's biggest wars before this and just compare the death counts. Obviously, the 6-Day War was over 6 days, and Israel had around somewhere around 776 to 983 people killed, and the opposing forces had well, they're not giving me a total across all the nations, but 15,000 at most killed in Egypt.
15K is about
2.5K, so that's around 7.5.
It's about 20K, I'd say.
20K here killed during 6 days. 6-Day War, a full-on war. Like, this was a real war. And then the Yom Kippur War, which lasted for, let's see, 2 weeks. Around 2,800 dead in Israel, and a total of 8,000 to 18,000 dead in here. And then this is all like soldiers. These aren't even including civilians, I believe. And then you go to you go here and just like, we're killing, like, granted these wars are short, right? These are short wars.
Yeah, these are like couple of weeks at most.
Israel only has short wars. Hey, what's another war that's like 2 years long? What's another war that's like 2 years long that we compare it to? I can't really think of any that are just 2 years long. Nothing modern, at least. Israel's killed so many people, and these are like mostly civilians. And then you just look at the wounded, like, and you just realize this number's probably wrong. This number is probably too low.
Underestimate.
Yeah, it's at least it's the least estimate. So like this is just like
100. Like, if you just look at the number of wounded, right?
Yeah.
right? 130,000 people wounded. What medical care are they getting in Gaza?
Yeah, no, like these people are like fucking
like they're a week from dead.
Yeah.
At best. Many of them are a week from dead.
It's
at best.
Yeah, no,
so this is evil.
It's
pure fucking evil.
Yeah. Yeah, this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. I want to wrap up the last thing here on the Israel war. They very much want to kill Khomeini, the Ayatollah. They want his ass dead. They want on paper. They want to turn this war into the Iraq War, where it's like, we need to get rid of Saddam Hussein. We need to bring democracy to the Middle East. They want to do that, except they haven't been saying this at all until like just now. And there's been because like back in the Iraq War, there were a lot of people who genuinely thought we were spreading democracy to the Middle East, especially the voters. Nobody nowadays thinks that we're spreading democracy to Iran. No, but nobody thinks that. No, but nobody thinks that we're going in there to spread democracy to Iran. I didn't pull this up as an article, but the Shah showed up.
The Shah of Iran.
The Shah's son, I should say. Hold on. Let me try to find this real quick. Oh, let me bring this up still. Hold this here. The Shah came up the other day. I believe his name is Reza Pahlavi. Yes, I believe this is him. He was like, I believe, Times of India here. The Islamic Republic has reached its end. Exile royal Reza Pahlavi urges uprising in Iran, calls Khomeini a frightened rat. So, for people who don't know,
to that.
For people who don't know what the Shah was like Iran's monarchy. He was the monarch.
Shah is basically like
the king.
If you want to loosely translate to Western thing, he was a king.
Yeah,
he was the king of Iran.
He was the king of Iran. In the 50s, Iran elected a man, like a democratically elected a guy named Mossadegh, who nationalized the country's oil, and he brought a lot of social reform to Iran. And because of the nationalizing of the oil, British Petroleum, BP, whined to the UK and the US to do something about it. So Eisenhower and I think it was actually I forget the British Prime Minister, but Eisenhower had the CIA overthrow Mossadegh and install the Shah. This was Operation Ajax. It was done by the CIA in 1953 or 1952, and they overthrew Mossadegh, replaced him with the Shah Pahlavi, this guy's dad. This guy was crowned crown prince when he was 7 years old, while the monarchy was still in place. They put the Shah in charge, and then later there's the Iranian Revolution, where the Ayatollah Khomeini, not Khomeini, Khomeini, the guy who died in a helicopter like a couple months ago, he overthrew the Iranian government. The Shah was exiled, and Iran became the government we have now. So this guy. The Shah ruled with like complete indifference and like hatred towards his people. He was a pure Western puppet. He was a monarch who only served his own interest, and that's why he was overthrown. And unfortunately, he was replaced with a right-wing fundamentalist religious dictatorship, when we could have had like a progressive democracy that America overthrew. Anyway, this guy wants to come back because he wants to be a king and rule over Iran with an iron fist. And I'm sure that if there was an intention to replace the government of Iran with a new guy, they're going to put this guy in charge. Maybe. I don't know. It'd be really funny if they did the Shah again. But, yeah. What do you think about this?
I mean, look, I'm going to be honest here and say I don't know almost anything about the Ayatollah.
Right.
Like, as far as I can tell, I've heard, because this will show how out of the loop I am, really, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as I know, Iran doesn't really actively like go out and piss on its neighbor's doorstep, but they do sort of like under the table pay people who are willing to go piss on other people's doorsteps.
They pay off Hezbollah,
so like they're
and stuff.
Yeah, they're not innocent, but they're also not out there like rushing.
They're
But what they do is not very different than how America has functioned for the past 100 years. Yeah. As you just said, here's the whole thing from 1952 where America decided we don't like your country's leader, so we will install our own like friendly leader in your country. And like, is that really like that feels to me a lot more direct than anything the Ayatollah or Iran is doing as a nation.
Yeah, the thing is with the Ayatollah, they're in a they if they had the power to be like Russia and America, they would, but they don't have that power because they're like a minor power.
I am not here defending Iran. I don't agree with anything Iran's they do. Bad. I don't agree with like Iran is not doing good things, but as far as I can tell, the people who live in Iran, they're still living their lives.
Yeah, Iran is a dictatorship. As I said, they're a right-wing fundamentalist Islam dictatorship. They're not a good country. Theocratic. Yeah, they're a theocratic dictatorship. They're not good. They're a bad country, like a bad government. But the people who live there are just living there. A lot of people really don't like the Ayatollah. A lot of people do like the Ayatollah because they're conservative Christians. I'm so used to saying that. Conservative Muslims. They like the Ayatollah because it's a fucking religious dictatorship. So there's more support than there is for the Shah. But people still really don't like the conditions in Iran. But also, Iranians really don't like America for good reason. Because America doesn't stop fucking around over there. And America keeps funding Israel, which is fucking around in Iran. Like, there's a reason why Iran hates us. And we're not addressing that. Instead, we're just making him worse. It's like we didn't learn anything from the Iraq War. We didn't learn anything from the War on Terror. We didn't learn anything from our previous involvements in the Middle East. We're just creating more ISIS, more Al-Qaeda. Like, we're going to have a 9/11 too because we're just creating more fucking terrorist groups because of how much we destabilize the region.
People, I don't remember who it was that said this in like a famous like public setting. But there was somebody who explained it very succinctly when they said, you go into this country and you bomb the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
And everybody who survives has lost somebody.
Yeah.
And all they know is that it's your people that killed their loved ones.
Yeah.
And honestly, so the first thing they want to do is get revenge. And honestly, so the extremists are purely just people who have been pushed because the American government, like, I actually saw an interview with I believe it was a Palestinian who said who spoke about their life growing up, and it's like every day I you would hear about these people being killed and your own family members, and they would be killed in front of you. And what was it? It was American trained soldiers with American weapons and American guns and American bullets and American tanks. Yeah. So of course they fucking hate America. What the fuck do you expect?
Yeah, like people don't understand. It's like, oh man, the Palestinians, they hate Israel, they hate America. Yeah, because they've been fucking being bombed since before they were born. They've been raised in a fucking open air concentration camp where they're being bombed by fucking missiles that fucking USA printed on the side of it. Of course they're fucking pissed off. Like, honestly, I think the best comparison I can give to a lot of Americans who just don't understand this is, like, for people who, like, on 9/11, right? Like, they were, oh, God, 9/11 rocked the country. Everyone was angry. Everyone was in an upstart. That single instance is basically, like, the entire life in the Middle East. Just constant tragedy. Oh, America did that. Like, whereas in America, it's like, oh, we have a tragedy and Afghanistan's behind it. Or just Al-Qaeda, but they were, Afghanistan and all that. But, like, Al-Qaeda's behind this. We hate Al-Qaeda. But, like, every day is a 9/11 in, like, the Middle East somewhere. You know? Yeah. Like it's
there
just
is something comparative
Yeah.
almost. You could if you really want to be generous, you could say like just about monthly they have something comparable.
Yeah, monthly, sometimes weekly, sometimes daily, depending on the amount of conflict happening, you know.
Yeah, it depends on where you live.
And
If
where
you
you are.
live
If you're in
like very
Gaza, it's every
west
day.
in the if you're in the Middle East and you live very west, as in like Gaza, then yeah, every day
every
is
day
9/11 for
every
you.
day is 9/11. Yeah. And sometimes it's like 2 9/11s in one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they say, "Oh no, we're not targeting civilians. The civilians should leave this zone." And then
Yeah,
the
and they
civilians
say it in
leave the
English.
zone, and then they bomb the zone that the
Yeah.
civilians went to.
Yeah.
It's hurting them. It really feels like fucking hurting them, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's literally
It's
like
so you know
scattering.
where they will be.
Yeah. It's so evil. It's so I can't wait until I'm older and I get to be like the one who is right, and I get to just fucking constantly be like, well, I mean, everyone else was saying that Israel had a right to defend itself, but I was saying here from the very beginning, Israel's fucking awful, they're evil, they're a terrorist government.
Because there's I know this is a little bit like off the topic of the Middle East, but I thought about something today.
Yeah.
The ICE detentions and the military being put on the American military being directed at American people and all of that stuff. And my thought today was, at what point in the near future are American citizens going to be former ICE agents who say things like, I was just following orders?
We're gonna get that either whenever the Trump presidency really just fucking falls apart after some horrible shit he does and you get huge like arrests made, or 30 years go by and they're retired. You know? Like either some really awful shit will happen and they'll be like, oh, we're just following orders. Or it'll be like,
I unironically see a future where many Americans are going to come forward with things like, I was just following orders. And we all know where that line originated.
Yeah. I mean, we already kind of fucking see it sometimes, I'm sure. I mean, you see it with cops a lot where they're just like, I was just doing what I was told after they like beat Rodney King in the street or some shit, you know? It's just fucking ridiculous.
It's so very different now.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it's no longer a thing of like, oh, I was like 3 cops beat a guy to death, but one of them was kind of just like doing it because the other 2 were.
Yeah,
and then comes out years later, it's just like, I regret everything I did.
There's a difference.
It's like, no, well, now you have the president, like, what's he, commander-in-chief, saying, go and murder these people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's not just a peer pressure thing. It's like you are seeing the wheels of fascism turn in your country, and your response is, I guess I was ordered to do it.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of ICE fucking being awful, Brad Lander, this guy might not be known by a lot of people here. Brad Lander, candidate for the New York mayoral primaries for the Democrats. He's one of the better guys. Obviously, I want Mamdani to win. Mamdani's like the GOAT. I need him to win. But Brad Lander is like the next best thing. He was at an immigration courthouse, and he was arrested for locking arms with an immigrant who was being taken away by ICE. And they just took him too. He was released later that day, though, and he gave a statement that they had no right to do this, and that it was just like we need to stop ICE. But like ICE just straight up took. He's a sitting politician. He's the comptroller of New York. Like he's a sitting politician. This is like a New York City government here that they're just arresting for being against ICE. They did this. I mean, we covered this a while ago with Ras Baraka, the mayor of Newark, who got arrested by ICE for protesting outside a detention facility. Like, they're just doing this to Democrats now.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is kind of what I mean by, like, at some point, the agent who had his hands on Brad Lander here.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, if somebody talks to him and asks him, why did you do what you did?
I was just told to.
It's not like the ICE agents on the ground are acting of their own volition here.
Oh, also, I just want to say, the official, like, all the government response to this was that Brad Lander had hit a ICE agent, like that he assaulted someone. Yeah. They were like literally lying.
Well, of course. Well,
they were lying.
Well, they have to lie.
Like, you can see the video. He never put his hands on anyone. It's just misinformation is just the state.
The thing is, I watched the video and he's being dragged around and pulled in every direction. Like, if his arms and stuff are flailing, it's because he's literally being treated like a fucking ragdoll.
Yeah, okay, this video doesn't have the actual, it's just his statement afterwards. It's just fucking ridiculous. But yeah. They're doing this a lot. Update on Ras Baraka, by the way. Because the New Jersey governor primaries ended. And I was talking about back then that I wanted Baraka to win. He lost. Instead, it went to Mickey Sherrill, who fucking sucks. She's awful. Ras Baraka got second, though.
Okay. So who's this?
Mickey Sherrill.
So what is her deal, in short?
She is former veteran, Air Force veteran, center right. Just like
Democratic Party,
deep state. Oh shit, Anseri's here. Oh my god.
Anseridae!
Surprise guest Anseri, who showed up midway through recording without a DM. We thought you were sleeping.
Yo, I was sleeping.
Yes.
But then I woke up and smelled the colonialism.
Oh. Well, welcome. You're a surprise guest. I didn't even know you were going to be here because I thought you were done for like the day and just sleeping.
Nah, I'm just taking like 2-hour naps every 4 hours.
Okay.
Lamau.
There's a name for that sleep schedule.
It's called insanity.
No, but so we're talking about what's this?
Mickey Sherrill.
Mickey Sherrill.
Yeah, New Jersey's Democratic candidate. Actually, I want to pull up the guy who's
Democratic.
Yeah, she's center right. She's awful, but yeah, I want to actually pull up the other guy who's supposed to be here. Who's for the Republicans? Jack Ciattarelli. Oh, let's
be honest though. The Democratic Party is center right, and the Republican Party is right.
Yeah. This is the guy who's running for Republicans, Jack Ciattarelli. Here he is with Trump.
Very Republican look.
Yeah, this is very much Italian-American right-wing guy. All of his ads are
Italian-American? These are your people.
Yeah. Where's he from? He's from Somerville?
You know what I'm surprised by? They're still running elections. I was expecting full dictatorship by now, Lamau.
I mean, they're
working on it.
They're awful. They're so bad at doing dictatorship.
They're working on it.
They're so incompetent they can't even do dictatorship.
Yeah.
They still have to deport more citizens before they can get that right.
Yeah.
Unironically, like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Republicans are too incompetent to like pull it off, Lamau. Like in general, they're bad at governing. I'm pretty sure North Korea would do a better job.
They're really bad at doing government overthrowing their own government. Like any competent
governing too.
Any competent Nazi party would have overthrown the government by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to touch on another thing that happened over the week that we missed. We can touch on this real quickly because the story is over. The person was caught. State lawmakers of Minnesota were attacked. One of them was killed. Another was wounded. By now, the attacker's been apprehended. It was a Nazi. The Republicans said it wasn't a Nazi. This is very much the case of how things go like this.
Yeah, it's always a Nazi every time.
Look at this guy. Of course he was a fucking Nazi. His name is Vance Luther Bulter. He's got like Jade, am I wrong in saying this name looks Afrikaans?
I can definitely see the last name. I can definitely see the last name being an Afrikaans last name.
You know, I think this is an instance of Afrikaners coming to America and causing white genocide over here. I think that because look at the two victims. The two victims were white, killed by an African.
Remember, the Afrikaans last names are going to be mainly German,
or Dutch,
or French.
No, Dutch,
and some Dutch as well.
The screenshot I saw of him was him in a police costume, like a Halloween costume.
I'm pretty sure he dressed up as a cop to go up to the front door. I'm pretty sure that's how he got in. He dressed up as a cop. Oh my God! Look at him. This is so funny. This is the guy. This is the right's strongest soldier. No kings. Given the targeting shootings of lawmakers overnight, we are asking the public not to attend today's planned demonstrations. Oh yeah, they wanted people to not protest because they were worried for safety. Yeah, no, he was a Nazi, and he had a whole list of people he wanted to kill, but he was arrested. So that's good. Not really much to talk about on there because it's already been settled and everything.
Well, there is the response from the Republicans to comment on.
I mean, yeah, like the fact that they were all just like, not our guy.
They basically jumped onto the train of holy fucking shit! Look at the left-wing violence.
Yeah, literally.
Like before even knowing what the guy wanted.
Have you seen the tweet where, like, after everything was done and settled, some guy posted, it was a Republican guy, he posted like a screenshot of the dude in his cop costume, and he said, "This is what happens when Marxist leftists don't get their way." And then the reply was like, what part of that screenshot do you think is fucking Marxist leftist?
It's so funny. They don't live in reality. It's legitimately that simple. Like, they just don't live in reality.
Unless he's literally saying that, like, if Marxist leftists don't get their way, you'll get murdered by fucking Nazis and shit, Lamau.
I mean, true, fair.
Give them everything they want, otherwise you get genocided.
That's true.
Yeah.
You get genocided by the enemy if you don't give the communists. It's gonna happen. Oh God.
Yeah.
We have two more stories here before we can talk about something else, just in general. We have this one Jade told me about, but I had heard about this, but Jade wanted to cover it. So this has been a rough one.
Oh,
yeah,
angry.
This one's been a rough one.
Angry.
So I heard about this a while ago, back when she first was put under life support.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about it back then, and I had been hearing about it actively as things have been going on and stuff. I knew there was like a GoFundMe to raise for the cost of paying for this shit because the family's forced. This is
literally the plot of a fucking horror series. Holy shit!
I mentioned it. This is literally like the protagonist of a dark fantasy novel, like origin story. Like, this is literally guts. This is some shit that you'd think of as like wouldn't that be so fucked up if I made this? But it happened in real life. You know, this is some like sci-fi body horror. I have no mouth, but I'm a scream type shit. Where it's just like
this is something you would have seen on the Twilight Zone back in the 90s.
This is not something that people would assume is reality, but now it's real. Baby of brain dead pregnant woman kept alive under abortion law has been delivered. So yeah, she was delivered.
I'm already angry.
The baby is now out in the world after being inside of a dead woman for several months. She's dead. She's brain dead. It's crazy. They're like, life begins when the baby is conceived, and also life ends when the baby is born. Oh God. It's just like, life ends when we tell you it ends. Life begins when we tell you it begins, man. It's crazy.
Now that it's born, we're not gonna keep it alive, Lamau.
This baby's not gonna have any. This baby's not gonna be put into any sort of way to keep it alive. This baby's going to die, and they're not gonna do anything about it because that doesn't matter.
It's already born. Why would the Republicans care?
Exactly.
Yeah, this is the thing I heard somebody say ages ago on some American media, saying, when you're a fetus, you're the most important thing in the world. The entire world needs to stop so that they can save your fetus life. But then the moment you're born, get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
No healthcare, no coverage, no, we're going to take away, like, food. We're not going to give you any support. There's no help for you. But, like, if you're a fetus, we will literally, like, Dr. Kevorkian some shit to keep you going. But the moment you're actually out of the womb, get fucked.
Republican State Senator Ed Seltzer, who sponsored the 2019 law, told the Associated Press that he supported the hospital's actions. I think
Evil
that it is
fucking bastard.
I think that it is completely appropriate that the hospital do what they can to save the life of the child, he said. I think that this is an unusual circumstance, but I think it highlights the value of innocent human life. I think the hospital is acting appropriately. An Emory Healthcare spokesperson said its top priorities.
This is a slippery slope towards forced pregnancies, Lamau.
Yeah, continue to be safety and well-being of the patients.
America lives in a world of forced pregnancies right now.
Wait, what's that show that had like the fucking they
Handmaid's
forced
Tale.
corpse to be pregnant?
Oh,
basically.
I don't know about that, but Handmaid's Tale is the classic story of like forced pregnancies and like what the right wants to do.
There's one where they like they forced dead bodies to be pregnant. It was like a
I have no clue what that is.
Really fucking old.
But yeah, we are living in the Handmaid's Tale.
A book and then a movie.
I mean,
yeah.
I haven't finished Handmaid's Tale. Maybe that fucking happens later on.
I think it was like some shit where like old people. I think it was referenced in Futurama, the one with like the old people house or whatever. Basically,
I have no clue. Yeah, but yeah, we're living in like fiction. We're living in what was used to be seen as fiction. I can't wait till cyberpunk becomes real. Except without all the cool stuff.
Back when I was a kid, the only mundane horror was like my hearing aids costing more than a fucking car, so.
And they're only gonna get more expensive, actually, aren't they?
You can't afford them anymore.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Can't afford to get new ones. Can't afford to like get the consumable part for my current ones, and apparently I don't even need them anymore according to Medicare. I don't qualify for new ones.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
I don't qualify for them to be covered by Medicare, despite like barely being able to hear.
Yeah. It's fucking evil.
Do you wear the hearing aids with the headphones on, or is that only something that's like off your computer?
I don't wear them at all anymore. I don't have the consumable part.
Oh,
I haven't been wearing them for years.
Oh, for years? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was like a recent
$60
thing.
It was $60 to keep using them because it was like basically like designed to they have a consumable part that I need to switch out, and it's like $60 a month.
Like the thing that goes in your ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Swap that out. They don't just let you clean it.
Yeah.
You have to buy new ones.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, pretty much. They kind of like just degrade over time and stuff, and they fall apart. The ones that I have.
Yeah. That fucking sucks. Man, we just really hate people in America. We just hate people. We really just leave you out to die. Really, like we do. However, if you have a fetus in you, by all means, you cannot die, even if you are dead. Brain dead. Yeah. She's dead. Like, she's done. She's off life support. She's dead.
If you want the best healthcare in America, get pregnant.
Yeah. God, it's literally The Handmaid's Tale. It's literally The Handmaid's Tale. Oh my God, they have like women like their entire dedicated purpose in life is to give birth.
The consumable part, I could clean it, but like eventually, like you do have to like throw it out, and also like I've got like OCD.
Yeah.
So like touching dirty things is like triggers my OCD and stuff.
Yeah.
So it would have been like a reasonable accommodation for like insurance to cover the cost of the thing, but insurance never fucking pays for anything ever.
No, they're awful. Insurance's whole job is to not pay.
I believe that insurance as a system today is a complete fucking scam.
Yeah, it is. It's always a scam, no matter what it is.
It's car insurance, house insurance, like all of that. It's all a fucking scam.
Any for-profit thing that's supposed to cover for you is inevitably just gonna find whatever ways to like avoid covering it.
Yeah,
like
no.
even life insurance.
Yeah,
They're not gonna
it's
pay
not
for
made
it
to pay
shit.
you.
Yeah.
It is a for-profit business.
Yeah, they're awful.
Yeah, just rob a bank instead, Lamau. If you need something
I had a
covered.
family member who worked for an insurance company. And they worked in the complaints department. And they'd come home and tell me all of the shit that they hear. And my goodness, I'm just sometimes thinking to myself, wow, the company is just evil. This is just an evil business.
They're awful. They're disgusting.
Yeah.
And that's just how it be, I guess.
I'm just angry now.
Yeah.
I'm actually just like furiously angry. That Adriana Smith story, that poor woman, her family, all of them. Like, how fucking dare? And then the who is it you said? The governor.
The state senator.
State senator coming out and saying, like, I'm supportive of this. Who the fuck are you? You know what? I'm gonna make you fucking pregnant and brain dead. See how you fucking like it.
That reminds me of that Rick and Morty episode where they made fucking spaghetti out of people. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Just
like yes, this is Georgia. So the governor of Georgia is a Democrat, I'm pretty sure.
God damn.
Soylent Grün ist Munchfleisch.
Yes, it is. Yummy.
That's the world we live in now.
Who's the governor?
Here's a little joke for the Germans.
Yeah, Brian Kemp. Yeah, even Soylent Green is human flesh. Brian Kemp is a governor, but the two senators are Democrats, John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. Both of them are pretty good.
That white guy, the governor, he looks like he's accountable. Like he looks like
Justin
Trudeau. Or Kemp?
No, not this guy, the Republican. Yeah,
he does look like a member of like a cannibal tribe. He looks like he
eats people.
I think John Ossoff looks like Justin Trudeau.
John Ossoff looks like you just want to. He looks like he's fresh out of fucking middle school.
I mean, he's pretty young. He's 38.
This motherfucker's 38?
For a politician, that's young.
No, but like, look at him.
Yeah, this photo's 4 years old. He was 34 here. He was 34 here.
What fucking like sacrifices are you doing in your basement? Look at him.
An oversized.
Wait, that's 20. That's 4 years ago. So this is 34.
He's 34 here. Yeah.
He's doing sacrifices in his basement, isn't he?
He's just a good-looking man.
Yeah. He looks like a goddamn middle schooler.
Yeah, it's probably like the oversized suit.
There's like no wrinkles. He's got like a bit of age in his eyes. He's just he's kind of like.
He could just be sleepy.
He is a little sleepy. He does look a little sleepy. I mean, he's a fucking politician, and he's a Democratic politician in Georgia. He's of Russian Jewish and Lithuanian Jewish descent.
What's your anti-aging routine? Mine's like being inside a big egg with embryonic.
Being inside a big egg.
Yeah.
Mine is adrenochrome. I love the adrenochrome. What? Yeah, the child soul essence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Jade, what about you? How do you stay young?
I bathe in the blood of virgin Nazis.
There's so many of those.
Exactly.
They'll never run out.
It's a good supply.
It's a good supply.
You know, when I was sleeping, I had this like idea that might work. What if you had like a really big bone, and like it was like a really big fucking bone, like a lab-grown bone, and you just filtered your blood through it, basically.
Why?
Like anti-aging scam, basically.
How do you? So the bone is grown in a lab, which means it's not in you. How are you filtering your blood through it without just cutting open your arms?
It's got bone marrow in it, right? It makes like new blood.
Does the bone marrow make blood? Is that what?
Sure that's what
is that what bone?
does?
I don't think that's what that does. I've never heard of that
before. It's
not
that it makes blood, but it is involved in the process of like your body's immune system and all that.
I know that.
Look, I failed biology.
I know that bone marrow is involved in like the human process of functioning.
I'm pretty sure it makes blood.
It makes blood. You know what?
I'm pretty sure it makes
Let's
blood.
not Google it. Let's not. Let's just
Google it.
Let's just make up an assumption.
Google it.
Right.
Let's. I'm pretty sure.
Let's learn.
What does bone marrow?
Yeah, just really big bone. Like you could sell it to billionaire. The treatment.
Oh my fucking god! You're right.
I knew I was right. I'm always
healthy
right
bone
about
marrow
bones.
releases blood cells into the bloodstream. I've never heard of this.
Yeah, I've eaten enough bones to know what they do.
I blame my fucking biology professor for never telling me about that. What the fuck? That should have been told. It was literally a class called Human Body and Anatomy, and I was never taught that. Are you kidding me?
You know when you get those pieces of meat like lamb or like the steak with a piece of bone in it that has the marrow inside?
I like to dissolve the bone in a bit of vinegar and then eat it.
You're insane.
So Afrikaans people take that, like when they eat the meat, and they take that and they suck out that marrow and they...
Yeah, I think that's
what
you
they
can
do.
soften it up and like bite off the ends and then bite open the middle and like eat like 95% of it.
Respectfully, I think that's something you should only do when you are literally starving. If you are like
I'm
literally
the
Donner Party, the only excuse is if the only other food is resorting to cannibalism. I think is the only excuse to be eating bones. I'm sorry, like
no, I got that Soviet famine generational trauma. I'm
the fucking Donner Party
starving. Both.
Oh my god! Oh my, the generational trauma. Fucking Soviet famines.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It's funny because it's like not even a joke. It's just it's real. True. It's real. Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
No, I knew a kid in Boy Scouts. His name was Michael. He was in boot camp, and he came out of boot camp, and he was like, back in boot camp, we would eat bones. And he took a chicken bone and just literally bit into it and started eating it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was insane. He tried to teach me how to do like takedowns, like kicking out legs down and like holding you to the ground. He tried teaching me that.
One thing I heard about eating bones, or what I've been told, is it's really dangerous.
Yeah, because like
I've never had any complication with it.
Yeah, because they can cut your fucking esophagus as they're going down your throat.
Well, not if you grind it into dust with your teeth that eat bones and dissolve it a little in vinegar.
I'm scared if I'm ever bit by Anseridae. I'm scared that I'll like lose my flesh because of her bone eating.
No, if I ever bit you, you'd get a really nasty infection and probably turn purple and die.
Well, turning purple is half of the thing, isn't it?
Turn purple. Yeah. Shut up.
Your flesh would start necrosing around where I bit you.
Jade, don't expose my love for the purple man from Jessica Jones season 1. Kilgrave. He's the purple man.
Kilgrave is the purple... What?
In the comics, he's purple. He's the purple man. On. I'll pull this up real quick.
In the series, he's just like David Tennant.
Yeah, I know. In the comics, this is what he looks like. He's purple.
Wow.
So, like, it's a little bit disturbing how well David Tennant played evil.
Yeah, no.
Considering, like, David Tennant is such a good fucking soul.
I fucking love
this Photoshop. He's such a good, pure fucking soul.
I love this Photoshop where they made him purple. Yeah, he's the purple man. He showed up in a Daredevil comic. This is what he looked like then. That was his first appearance. That's him. Kilgrave, the purple man. Anyway.
That reminds me of when my dad got like a ringworm in his leg and he almost lost his leg.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, they moved to America and then like they still hadn't treated it for like years. And now he has this big gaping wound in his leg.
Do you think that's what happened?
And it's like you could like see his fucking leg muscles through it.
William Afton, fucking purple man.
Yeah.
I have a ringworm scar.
What?
Mm-hmm.
When? How?
Yeah. Like from childhood.
Ew. I don't think I've ever had a ringworm.
One time, my sister, when she was
It's not a
young,
worm.
she swam in a lake and a mushroom or fungus latched onto her leg, her leg or whatever, and it like fucking like grew mycelium right into her skin like right away and
fucking
shit. And
disgusting.
doctors
That's
had
like
to
Eli
cut it
Roth
out.
shit.
That's scary.
That's like actual like
That's
cabin
kinda
fever
scary.
fucking shit. Don't.
Yeah, mushrooms keep eating my family.
Once again, I'm not a biology expert or by any means somebody who's a medical professional in any way, shape, or form. But as far as I understand, a ringworm is some kind of bacterial skin infection.
I'm pretty sure it's a fungal infection.
Fungal or bacterial. Let me look this up quick.
Yeah, look it up. Ringworm.
Let's do learning.
Let's learn.
I have a lot to say about learning.
Yeah.
Ew.
Fungal infection of the skin. So it presents kind of like this, right? Like a ring. That's why it's called ringworm. So on my elbow, like there's a little scar that basically looks like a little raised ring. It's actually faded a lot over the years, but you can still kind of see it. Maybe later I'll send you a picture of it if you want.
What is it caused by?
It's
ringworm.
It's fungal. It's an infection.
So just like athlete's foot or something.
If you don't get it treated for like years and years, it starts going purple and starts necrosing. You get a big hole.
Like I would click on more images.
No,
like,
don't.
It's
I don't want to.
It's not really that
these
awful.
These aren't that bad.
Pulled up worse.
It doesn't like start awful.
I would
So,
not have these on screen for very long though.
No, but this is more or less what my scar looks like. Like not as dry and broken and obviously infected as it is here, but there is a scar that kind of goes like raised.
You could take it away now. I am getting a little grossed out by just staring at that. There's a reason. There's a my mom always wants me to be a nurse, and there's a reason why I fucking don't want to go into the medical field. Oh, this shit skeeves me out. Oh,
never pro tip, never fully trust mushrooms. You never know when they're gonna eat you.
That's like the most. Well, I don't know about being eaten by a mushroom, but I think that's like one of those like.
You just heard a story of somebody getting eaten by a mushroom.
Multiple stories.
There we go.
I mean, I guess that is being eaten by a mushroom. In my head, I was thinking of like it grows big teeth and just eats you, like a fucking Venus flytrap.
No, mushrooms eat differently.
Yeah, they decompose. I do love mushrooms though; they're so yummy, but they also scare me. Like I'm terrified of them. Don't show me a scary mushroom. Scary mushrooms fuck me up. You showed me that one on the podcast that one time, and I started almost crying.
Have you heard of this game called Morrowind? It's got a lot of spooky mushrooms.
I have heard of Morrowind. No, this one! No! Stop! It's literally like one of the worst things ever. Please take it away. Please take it.
I love this thing! No, it's so cool!
It's disgusting. I hate it. Please, I'm literally closing my eyes and looking away from the screen. Please,
have you seen the cage mushroom that has a big cage?
I don't want to look at these. They scare me.
Do you know what magic mushrooms? Do you know what magic mushrooms look like? By the way,
have you seen the one with the tentacles?
I don't want to look at these. Oh, these I have seen these. Yeah.
Yeah, these are the magic mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms. These I've seen these.
Oh, we get those in like fucking what's it called? Those are literally like the fucking Russian mushroom thingy majigs, where they're like in like a jar of like marinated mushrooms at like the Russian store. That's what they look like to me.
It wouldn't surprise me if all of Russia.
I've eaten like literally entire fucking jars of them.
Yeah, this is what it looks like dried when you eat them.
It looks so alien.
Yeah, growing up, I ate like hundreds of jars of them.
Fungi is just so fucked up. They just
why?
Because it's just like alien. Like it's like not plants.
I would say that if it comes to any sort of living type of organism in the universe,
in the bottom left, the bottommost left, not the one below it. Those also look like the ones from like the jars of like marinated mushrooms. The ones you get at like the Russian stores and stuff. So you
but
could
I
you
would
could
definitely
Google.
say like out of all of the living organisms in the universe, mushrooms are some of the most fascinating and interesting and cool organisms that exist.
I don't think you can
They're
say the
also
universe because you
tasty,
don't know
and they
what else is
probably
out
think you're tasty too.
there.
So
Yeah,
you can actually those you don't
You
eat
die.
those.
You die if you eat those. These are the dead
No,
ones.
you
Yeah,
get
well,
really sick.
a lot of the ones are deadly, but
Wait, hold on.
You
Can you
can
go?
actually try.
Can you go up to that first image you pulled up there? The article headline for that one. The first image you pulled up. Top seven craziest mushrooms Russians love to eat, with like one of the most toxic, deadly mushrooms just being shown.
You can actually look. You can try that out, and it's not as deadly, but it should only be
you
used
got
as like
agaric.
a medicine usually.
Highly dangerous and poisonous fungus. Even diehard mushrooms often give it a wide berth.
You can also filter it through reindeer
Properly
feed,
cooked.
basically.
It's not only safe but very tasty. Properly cooked. It's like what's it? Fugu fish.
Yeah,
right?
fugu, pufferfish. Yeah.
Yeah, pufferfish. Where you got reindeer antlers or coral mushroom. Look
those-
like how wonderful are mushrooms.
They're cool, but they look alien. Like
Here,
Moral. I know
let
Moral.
me
I know
send
Moral because
you
of Stardew
the
Valley.
link
I know Moral because of Stardew Valley. The
thingy.
thing is with mushrooms, a lot of them are used for like plant life designs in sci-fi. So looking at them just looks like an alien to me. Like these look so weird. They're crazy. Those
tree mushrooms like this.
Those remind me of those guys. I think it's from fucking Elden Ring. I'm thinking of the tree mushroom. No, I'm thinking of Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate. I'm thinking of Baldur's Gate. Remember those guys in the Deep Dark?
Yeah. I forget what they're called.
I forget what they're called also. They're cool.
But I do also remember me running around for like 9 hours in Morrowind looking for like one specific shelf mushroom.
Yeah, for that one quest, yeah.
Here, I'm gonna post the link. This is like for $150 bajillion, you can get mushrooms imported from Russia.
Yeah, you pulled up, Jade.
That's the link I put. Yeah.
White mushroom, butternut mushroom.
I do like mushrooms. What are the mushrooms that are put on like pizza? I like those mushrooms.
Oh, those are white button.
Yes, I like those little mushrooms. They're cute.
I think last time I looked at this website where for importing mushrooms and stuff, they were like $50 a jar and stuff. But that was during the pandemic.
I love these little white button mushrooms. They're so yummy.
Boring.
They're boring, but like
these are actually like
they look like fake garlic.
Oh, the portobello ones? Yeah,
Portobello,
the boringest ones.
Portobello are the ones that I always see get bought at my job. Those are like one of the only mushrooms I can name.
I recommend the Russian like mushroom variety things.
Oh,
There's
well, you
like
have white
so many
buttons,
different kinds in some of them.
Yeah, portobello is the big flat ones, not the white button. Yeah, that's portobello. It's like,
let me screenshot these.
Yeah, these ones.
I think my favorite.
What's the Japanese one again called?
Amyudake?
These two.
The big wide ones.
I don't. No, Amyudake is the only Japanese mushroom I know.
Maybe it's not a Japanese one I'm thinking.
Jade, I recommend these two.
Are these two here?
Jars or whatever. The yellow ones.
Marinated
are really nice,
mushroom
and
mix.
The variety pack kind of jar. Yeah. You get a lot of different mushrooms that you can try.
This is awesome.
Really good.
I didn't realize Russians liked mushrooms this much.
There's a fuck ton of different kinds of edible mushrooms that are all really unique in Russia, and there's like it's really
I always connect Russians with potatoes.
Yeah. I like purple potatoes. But
I think potatoes are South American, right? They're South American. They're one of the
things. If you've only ever had the fucking portobello mushrooms or whatever, or just oyster mushrooms and stuff, like you should try the like Russian marinated mushrooms or whatever. Get them imported and stuff.
They're
really good.
Yeah, potatoes
it's
are
like
one
a
of those
whole
ones
new world.
that were brought over by the
It's like
Spanish.
if you've only had one type of cheese your whole life, and like, because like there's like other types of cheese. Basically, it's like
What's your
world
favorite kind of
changing.
cheese, Anseridae?
Probably like fresh mozzarella.
Oh, that's actually like such a good pick. Actually,
Yeah.
I do love mozzarella. So good.
Munster's not bad.
Mozzarella.
Oh, it's a white cheese.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Italian. Mozzarella. It's
Have
so
you
good.
had? That's not the fresh one. The
Yeah.
white balls.
Yeah, the big white powder balls there. Those.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
one.
you cut it up, you put it in some pasta with some like tomato sauce.
It's really good.
It's so good.
I like it with balsamic vinegar and a bit of tomato.
I don't think I like the look of the texture.
It looks weird, but trust me, if you have this in like a big dish of like a bunch of like pasta, tomato sauce, vinegar, and all, it tastes it just melts right in with everything else and tastes so good. It's also it's also the sprinkle cheese. Munster cheese?
Munster cheese. The fucking monster cheese, yeah.
Bring it up. Munster, not monster, Munster. It's German.
Munster? I thought it was like Munster.
Oh, like cheese. Does it look like bread?
Yeah, Munster cheese.
Munster.
Or is it French? It's at Alsace. Well, I guess it's that region. Munster d'Alsace.
It's very yummy.
I love that photo.
Yeah, it's middle European.
I like how this went from talking about fucking forced pregnancy to cheese.
I mean, I like talking about food. Food's nice to talk about.
Yeah.
Take me back to the forced pregnancy, I will get angry again.
My favorite type of cheese is, I mean, other than mozzarella cheese, it's I like white cheddar a lot, but I know that makes me like a disgusting American. That I'm like eating the fucking. No, stop! I really hate it. I don't even think it has anything to do with mushrooms. I think it has something to do with the bubbles. I think I have like.
Smile dog image?
It's the new Smile Dog. I'm immune to Smile Dog now.
Yeah.
I think it has something to do with like the bumps and bubbles. I think that's like whatever phobia that is, like the opposite of trypophobia. I have that. It's got to be because that thing like genuinely makes me look away. I hate it.
What's that one with that one mushroom image that had like the smiley face almost with the big two bubbles?
I don't want to see that.
Okay, well you're gonna want to look away then for a moment because I think I know which one.
Oh, fucking hell! I have to edit this.
Like,
stop.
No, there it is.
Yeah.
Look how cute that is.
Okay, that's kind of cute. AI? That's kind of cute. I'm like covering the rest of the screen. Real. That frog below, it's definitely AI. Oh wait, hold on. It's on r/mycology. Hold on, go back to that last one. Go back to it and go to the subreddit that it's linking to.
Wait, where?
I'm like staring at the screen right now, and I'm like really thankful that it's super blurry because some of these images I can handle, but some of these I really fucking can't. Like the one next to it on the left, I can't handle that. Click on that subreddit. Yeah. r/mycology. See the comments. Like 7 years ago. 7 years ago. It's not AI. It could be Photoshop though.
Okay.
Now we're just scrolling Reddit.
Look at how cool mushrooms
Those are cool. They are cool.
Like, how can you not love mushrooms?
No, I don't hate mushrooms. I don't hate mushrooms. I don't like
just
the
these
bumps.
ones.
Yeah, just these ones fucking ruin me. I hate them. Oh my god. I just hate the bubbles. The way the colors they look like blood. That looks cool. What might it be?
What might it be?
It is fucked up though. Mushrooms, if you like even touch a mushroom, it could just fucking kill you.
Yeah, we don't touch the wrong mushroom.
Yeah, but like it's just so scary, honestly.
My greatest fear is when you're minding your own business and then a mushroom just like falls on you and you don't notice and it just eats you. Wow. That's not actually
so cool. This absolute unit popped up in my ARD over the past few days.
What I love is the fact that it's actually fucking massive and he's saying the last few days. It's like,
imagine this eating you, Lamau.
Oh my god. What's the next post there? The spot has been feeding me well. What are you, a fucking like raccoon?
Like mushrooms are good. So
I know, but like the way he phrased that, it's like literally like wild animal posting. Wild animal posting.
You can eat
That's
mushrooms.
Cute. That one looks like Amber. I know you can eat mushrooms. Just the way it's phrased it's so funny.
This one looks tasty, but it might actually be like a look-alike, and it might just be poisonous.
That one's
Shiitake. That's the one.
Shiitake. Yes, shiitake.
I was
shiitake
talking about the orange ones because I like the orange.
These ones are also at my job all the time. These are the ones in miso soup.
Great. These are great fresh. When they're like dried out, they're like a lot of.
This is the ones you get when you go to hibachi and they hand you little miso. This is it. That kid.
So when are we doing the Riley eats magic mushrooms for the first time video?
Whenever we're in person.
You should get the Russian imported ones because there's like a bunch of variety and stuff.
I do like shiitake mushrooms when I go to hibachi and they have them. That's nice.
I've never been to hibachi.
It's a fun.
It's fun. Ooh, these look cool.
We're just looking at mushrooms. This is the mushroom episode.
I just kind of got lost in the mushroom hole.
Yeah.
You better wash your mushrooms really well, though, because sometimes
they will.
they're covered in
I really don't want to fuck with mushrooms. It's like with fugu, at least it's one dish that if you fuck it up can kill you. Mushrooms, it's like, well, there's like 30 different, like no matter what you do with mushrooms, there's just a chance that some of them will just kill you. And it's like lookalikes. The fact that there's lookalikes is the thing that really just fucking is like, I don't want to fuck with mushrooms. I only will fuck with mushrooms.
You know what's a really cool mushroom?
Store. Don't show the bubbles.
Sometimes mushrooms are covered in
cordyceps.
Oh yeah,
it sounds familiar.
I was about to say sometimes mushrooms are covered in bugs.
Oh,
but cordyceps is the mushroom that covers bugs.
No. It's the mind control fucking mushroom, isn't it? Is that fucking?
It's the Last of Us mushrooms.
Yeah, it's
the Last of Us mushrooms.
Oh, that's why it's familiar.
Imagine you get eaten by a mushroom, and then the mushroom.
No, I want to see it.
I'll look away. I'm gonna look away.
Okay, you can look away. I will let you know when it's gone. But I mean, like, these aren't bad, right? These really are not bad.
I'm looking back now. It's just none of these have really been too freaky.
But this is what it looks like when it infects like an ant.
It is fucking disgusting.
Show the Cheetos one again.
The Cheetos.
Yeah.
This one. It looks like Cheetos.
It looks like.
This is how Cheetos are made. By
it does look like Cheetos. It does look like Cheetos.
Yeah.
But this is what The Last of Us was based on. Yeah, here we go.
It's freaky.
Yeah, this is why they tell you, like, don't, like, just eat grass, like, out in the field, because you'll get fucking, like, all sorts of parasites and shit.
Yeah. Oh, God, this is where it starts to get like, nope.
Okay, I'll rescue your eyes.
But
yes, I do think theoretically, I think cordyceps are a very cool mushroom.
Yeah. It is definitely one of those, like, nature's horrors.
If they ever do cross over, which I don't see happening on a biological level with far too complex creatures, but if they ever do cross over into humanity, that will be a fucking day to see.
What about like fucking trees? If like
I don't want trees.
Like any
trees
thing where like a tree starts growing in people or whatever, or like they start becoming a tree.
That's really funny. I mean, love trees. I fucking love trees.
Didn't they say like the largest organism on Earth, the largest like single organism is that whole like network of trees?
Yeah.
Tree. It's the tree. What's it called? Clone.
Hold on, what is this? Largest living organism on Earth. The Amarilla ostoye
specify
fungus.
On.
Yeah, just to make sure that they don't give me like Puzulanganga, the mystical god of the outer realms. This thing. This. What is this? What is this? This thing.
It appears to be multiple trees, but it's actually just one big tree.
It's beautiful. I'll tell them that.
Imagine that with like humans. Where you think it's a city with like multiple people, but no, it's just one fucking huge dude.
This is freaky. This looks like the Venom symbiote. What the fuck is this? Goddamn Venom tree.
This is a honey mushroom, apparently, is what it said.
Yeah, Amarilla solidipus rhizomes.
On a truck.
What's your favorite tree?
Favorite what?
What's your favorite tree?
I think Riley dropped.
What? I'm dropped?
Favorite tree?
Yeah.
No, you're here.
Like my favorite tree ever?
Yeah.
So there was this one oak tree in like this one park in this very specific park.
I can't pull up that tree, but I can pull up an oak tree, I guess.
Okay. Oh no, I'd say willow trees look cooler.
Willow trees are awesome. I mean, a good fucking nasty looking oak like this is really cool.
Fuck yeah.
But a willow
Give this
tree.
oak a gun and make it like, I don't know, just give it a gun.
Willows are so beautiful. My grandmother used to live by one, and it would always be how I know how we're close to her home. They're so pretty.
Need better ways to defend themselves, except for like the venomous tree that can actually defend itself.
They're just, these trees are so pretty. They're so pretty. Any tree that like grows on water like this, I just love.
I think.
You think what?
Next to water.
Jade, what's your favorite tree?
I was gonna try probably weeping willow.
Isn't that just a willow, or is it like a
Have
specific?
you seen
It is just a willow. Yeah.
One image of like the chickens.
It's because like I always imagine like a really outgrown like weeping willow, right?
Yeah.
And the leaves come down like really far away from the trunk, so you have this sort of indoorsy feel.
Yeah, they're so nice.
You can sort of imagine sitting on the like by the tree, leaning against the thing with a book, and you're just surrounded by these like.
I'm imagining those inflatable Halloween fun houses that like all cartoony, and like the vibe is really cool.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Sycamore trees are pretty.
It's like sitting one of those, but it's a tree.
Sycamores.
I like the color on sycamores. They're nice.
Have you seen
what's that one giant one in like Africa with the water inside of it?
Baobab.
Bigabab.
Is it the baobab?
Baobabs. I spelled it wrong. Baobab. Yeah, these are crazy. These are like Madagascar.
There's water in them?
Is it Madagascar or is it Kenya? Yeah, these things have water in them.
Africa. Do you want to know something really funny though about some African trees?
Yo, that big bulbous one reminds me of Morrowind.
Do you know the marula tree?
A what tree?
Marula. M-A-R-U-L-A.
Let's see this.
So these trees, I'll tell you something funny, right? So they grow a fruit called the amarula fruit.
Yeah.
Elephants wait for the fruit to fall off the tree and start fermenting and then get drunk off of the marula fruit.
That's funny.
They figured out how to get drunk off of the marula trees.
Little
That's
drunk elephants.
Birds get drunk. That's a drunk elephant. Oh my god.
How amazing is that? I just taught you something
that's so
amazing,
cool.
Isn't it? That's so how human beings figured out in Africa to make the amarula drink, which if you look up amarula, you'll see
it is a pretty tree also. It is a pretty drink. They say
Yo, Jade, have you seen Jungle Fowl?
No.
This is a chicken.
Oh.
This is just a chicken. There's nothing special about this.
Yeah, there's a picture of amarula.
Ah.
What kind of chicken is it, Riley?
Elephant. It's a jungle chicken. Or it's a rooster.
It's a cock.
It's a cock. You got Riley to bring a picture of a cock on the...
Oh, yeah, let me just type in a cock.
So this stuff, I actually think is pretty fucking disgusting.
It looks gross. It looks so foamy.
It's because it's cream liqueur.
Oh, I don't just cream. Like you're talking about alcohol with me. I don't know anything about this shit. This is a foreign world.
It's a cream. It's creamy. It's not like.
It's like a cream soda.
Like I think you can see in sort of like the way it pours.
Yeah.
It's not really fully 100% liquid. It's a cream type alcohol. And
you know what this reminds me of almost? What was it called? Oh, have you heard of kefir?
Kefir.
Yeah.
Kefir. Kefir.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what this is.
So you know how milk gets spoiled after a while?
Done. We're done.
Oh, yeah. I know what this is. I know what this is. Yeah. This is basically just like rotten milk. But that's cheese is rotten milk.
Yeah, but like I can at least tell it's cheese.
It's rotten milk. That's so rotten it's gone solid.
Yeah, but at least it's cheese.
At least this is caffeine.
my younger brother.
You'd specifically like separate the fucking curds from the milk, and you don't wait until it goes sour. Kefir is like sour and stuff.
Yeah, that's just nasty.
Yeah, but it's
my
like
parents
sour cream,
drink
right?
it all the fucking
I don't like
time.
sour cream.
Fucking sour milk drink.
I don't like
sour cream is nice.
I don't like sour cream.
Sour cream's good.
I like sour cream and onion chips.
Sour cream with mayo and corn, delicious.
I don't like sour cream. I just don't think I like cream.
Sour cream with like birmani or whatever, however it's pronounced. The fucking Russian ravioli thing, but it's like meat inside of it. It's really good.
A pierogi?
The one like the version that like my parents make is called birmani and stuff.
Well, pierogies are Polish, but they're like, well, these have potatoes in them.
Not pierogi.
I'm fucking stupid. They have potatoes. I'm stupid.
The Russian thing.
Mani.
Yeah.
Here. Panini. Yeah, sure. Paninis.
No, that's a sandwich.
I know.
Panini.
Panini.
What's your favorite kind of bread?
Ooh, who the fuck is this? Is this who you're eating? Is this who you're eating?
No, panini is P-A-N-I-N.
I know panini. I know panini. I know paninis.
How the fuck do you spell for menu?
I have no idea what Anseridae is trying to find. My favorite type
of fucking the Russian version of like ravioli, but it's with meat or whatever.
Meat stuffed pierogi. I know panini. I love paninis. Meat stuffed.
Is it parmeni?
Russian bread. I'm gonna type that in.
It's not a
pierogi. Oh, it's not bread.
Like
it's pasta.
literally.
It's like pasta type of thing, or no? What is it? Here, is this it?
Pierogi?
Ah! I just fucking ruined the podcast. Ah! Technical difficulties. I don't know how that happened.
Well, Perishki is something else, I think.
Well, there's a lot of things. Is this it? This it?
No, that's not it. But that's also delicious.
Pierogies are cool though.
Pierogies are delicious.
I don't think I've ever had pierogies.
Oh, pierogies are so fucking good. They're so good. They're a Polish thing. They're so good.
You know, I'm not 100% certain if it is a Russian dish, but I do actually have a favorite Russian dish.
What is it?
If it is Russian. Stroganoff.
Stroganoff is German, I thought.
Oh, it's spelled pelmeni, apparently.
Pelmeni.
That's not how it's pronounced.
Oh no, Stroganoff is Russian. Beef stroganoff. I'm stroking my cock off right now.
Stroganoff's so good.
Yeah, I haven't had this.
Google
it looks
pelmeni.
Good. Actually, maybe I've had this. Have I had this? It looks familiar. I might have had this before without knowing what it was. Pelmeni. That's a guy.
No.
Oh, Pelmeni right there. Pelmeni right there on the first one there. Pelmeni. First image. Jade, the first image.
It's spelled with an
Jade.
E.
There, yes. There you go. Yes, Pelmeni.
Yes.
I've had these before.
Eat this with sour cream and no other condiment.
I have had these before.
Sour
these are so
cream
good.
is the only thing that goes with this.
These really look tasty.
They're so.
This without sour cream, you can't really eat it without sour cream.
I mean, I've had these without sour cream before.
So these are like dumplings.
Yes, dumplings. Yeah. Dumplings. Yeah, I've had more
these
like labeled as dumplings, not as labeled as pelmeni.
I think they'd be slightly different, but they are essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
Like how different pastas are different things, but also like they are the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But Jade, if you wanted to know my favorite bread,
yeah,
sourdough. It's
ew.
sourdough. What do you mean ew?
It's off.
What?
Why do you think it's called sour? It's slightly off. It's made with stuff that's
sourdough's
slightly
pretty
fermented.
good in a sandwich, but it's not as good as pierogi, which is the ones I have is where like you put mashed potatoes in the dough, and then like it's one solid thing. So when it cooks, it's like got stuffed with mashed potatoes.
I mean, Jade, I also like Portuguese rolls, which
Portuguese rolls are nice.
They're yummy.
They're very hard though. It's one thing I don't like about Portuguese roll is that they get pretty hard.
I like the shellness of it. That's what I like about it.
I wonder what you'd think of a South African thing.
Yeah, sure.
Have you heard of bread?
Heard of what?
So bread, bulichki.
Bulichki? I've never heard of this. Vetkoek.
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 So vetkoek is essentially deep fried bread.
Oh, that looks yummy.
And you usually have it with like mince, or you can put like jam.
This looks incredibly delicious.
It is amazing, but
yes,
it is super fucking oily.
That's no issue for me. I love oily food.
Deep fried bread. It is literally a ball of dough. I mean, deep fried.
It looks like a munchkin.
It's like
they look so good. Yeah,
it reminds me of tapioca or whatever.
They remind me of munchkins. They're so good. These look so good.
The fucking the thing with like the squid balls or whatever it's called.
Oh wait, it means fat cake.
Yes. It literally, a direct translation would be fat cake.
Wow.
Like,
so good.
But this is actually so good and incredibly fucking filling.
It looks like it.
And they used to be a South African show. This must have been from like the 90s or something. A South African show called Vetkoek Palace, which translates into
Fat Cake Palace.
Yeah, Fat Cake Palace. And it was about a restaurant where they would sell, basically, it's a whole like fast food place, like a Dunkin' Donuts type idea.
Yeah.
But based around vetkoek.
Sounds yummy. I could see these being sold alongside like funnel cake or something as like these fucking super yummy pastries that are awful for you, but like yummy.
They're so filling. I can eat like one of the, like maybe like 60% of one of these and be completely full.
These things look tiny. I could eat 100 of them.
They remind me of something my great grandmother would always have in her house, but I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, you can see the inside.
Oh, that looks really good.
So like the outside has this like crispiness to it from being deep fried, and the inside sort of bakes off of the heat of that, but is soft and like. You know what I mean? Like, like
so
a softer type of bread.
These are typically warm when you get them. They're typically warm when you get them. Yeah. Okay. I think that's part of the like what makes them appealing to me is the idea of eating this warm bread with like that's so like that. It just feels like it looks like this is such a nice treat.
If I gave a recipe, would you try this?
Yes, but I'd probably fuck it up.
If it goes cold, you could probably just reheat it.
Oh, I need a deep fried bread. I don't have a deep fryer. What the fuck?
You don't need a deep fryer. You need a pot and some oil.
Okay, I could try this at some point.
I would just love to get your opinion on this. Like, even if you just want to give the recipe to like somebody else who knows how to cook.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, this is a suggestion. We should try this.
Jade, what's your opinion? What's your opinion on bulichki?
Bulichki. I'm gonna need a spelling. Bulichki. Buluchki?
Buluchki would make me think not a E. Buluchki. No.
What the fuck is this?
No.
It just gave you biltong.
Just hard no. Yeah, this is just biltong.
No, this isn't. This isn't. I'm talking about a bread. Let me Google it.
You hit no results on Google. Holy shit.
What the why is fucking Russian words like so hard to like find?
Buluchki bread.
The entire Russian alphabet is like dark magic.
All right, let's see. Russian bread that starts with B. Borodinsky. This here?
What?
This Borodinsky?
No.
Okay.
It's not fucking purple.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god.
This one looks like banana bread. This looks good.
Yeah, but that's not what a bulichka is.
Buchanka. Darnitsky. Rye bread. Wheat loaf of bread. Yeast karavai. Zavarnoi. Borodinsky.
Isn't this it then?
Borodinsky.
I put the spelling of it in the chat. You could just Google that.
Buluchki. Oh, I was thinking very wrong. Ah.
Oh, this looks really. Oh, I've had this before. This is really good.
This is I've had something like this. I don't know if it is kind of the same, but I've had something like this. There's something similar in South Africa as well.
These look really good. This podcast has basically just been looking up food and going, this is really good looking.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, no, I'm just hungry now. Fuck off, man.
I could eat a Republican. Lamau, I'm so hungry.
Are we gonna be wrapping this up now with this is the messaging? Eat a Republican if you're hungry.
Eat the rich, Lamau.
Eat the poor. Eat the rich. Eat the middle class. Eat your neighbor. Eat your friends. Eat your dog. Eat your cat. Eat your mom. Eat your dad. Eat your brother. Eat your sister. Eat the world. Don't eat bad mushrooms. You'll die. But you can eat like anything else.
The mushrooms are the things that eat you.
Yeah. What happens if you eat poison ivy?
I wouldn't recommend.
That's a good question.
You probably like shit your guts out or something.
Can you boil poison ivy? Let me see.
I wouldn't try it.
Technically boil anything, even people.
Yeah, I mean you can boil it. I don't think you should eat it after boiling poison ivy because it's
there's this one dish, if you boil it 18 times, I forget if it was 18 or 14 times, it becomes edible. But if you boil it any less or any more, it's like poisonous.
Oh, that's such
it's this one plant.
Classic foraging recipe. If you go a little too more, a little too less, you will die a horrible death in your bathroom.
Yeah, and I can never remember how many, so I just split the difference between the two that I think it is, it's either one or the other, but not like any other number. So I'll just split the difference.
Yeah.
Low.
Well, I think we should be wrapping up now because we're almost at 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was this really picked up in the happiness after we started talking about the wonderful
anything
world.
other than politics.
Anything other than politics, yeah. Thank you for stopping in so suddenly, Anseridae.
Oh yeah, I heard that you asked about being on today.
Yeah, I woke up.
When I looked, you were offline.
Yeah, I woke up to a message from Anseridae. What time are you recording?
I went to bed because I go to bed every so often now.
Wait, before we do go, I do want to get that. What? One more thing.
The sleep schedule where you're like up for 4 hours and you sleep for 2 hours.
Mm.
The thing.
What, Jade?
Jade?
I'm trying to find the name. There's a certain name for that sleeping schedule because it essentially allows you to be active and awake all hours of the day without actually being tired. If you get it right.
Yeah.
For me, it started with just me like being more like taking more naps and stuff. Because like I was absorbing a lot of information. I thought like I'll just go to bed before I get tired.
Polyphasic. I think it's polyphasic.
Probably.
Polyamoric.
Yeah. A pattern where a person sleeps multiple shorter periods throughout the day rather than one long period at night. I knew there was a
interesting. I could never.
Monophasic, biphasic.
I couldn't function like this.
Sleep.
Why not? This is actually like you would have so much more time.
No, I know, but I can't do this.
The only way that I can do this is because accidentally I did it accidentally, Lamau.
I mean, I could try doing this,
basically,
but it wouldn't work.
What you do is you go to bed before you get tired.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me. I can only sleep through exhaustion.
Like I like
watch
I watch like 2 video essays and then like I go to bed.
Napping doesn't work for me. If I nap, I'm out for like 10 hours.
And I continue the video essays.
Whenever I'm asleep, I'm out for 10 hours. There's like no getting around it. Unless I'm like artificially woken up with an alarm, I'm out for fucking. I'm done. Like I'm out.
You should try going to bed before you go to bed.
Yeah, but what happens is I stay there and I basically just wait. I just sit in bed until I get too tired and then I fall asleep. Like I can't make myself sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have chronic onset insomnia.
Yeah. You could be in bed and like with your eyes closed and just think about nothing or like don't.
Think about nothing. Okay.
Yeah, don't think
sure, I'll get ahead.
Don't think about anything in particular. Just whatever comes to your mind and stuff for like an hour and stuff, and then get out of bed.
That's
how you can start kind of napping and stuff.
My issues with how I see productivity.
Like you don't have to you don't have to technically be asleep to be napping.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's a topic for another time.
That's how I started.
This is a whole can of worms to get into when we're trying to end the episode.
How to nap?
Yeah.
I just really wanted to get the name of that sleep schedule because it was bothering me.
Yeah, I do want to wrap up now because we're about to hit 2 hours.
Okay.
And I have to go like make lunch. It's 2 a.m. It's 2 p.m. Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Yes. Don't get eaten by Republicans.
Republican mushrooms.
Yeah, don't. Nobody wants to be a future Republican poop.
Yeah.
Republican mushrooms. Republican taken over by the Last of Us mushroom.
Mm-hmm. Cordyceps mushrooms.
Cordyceps.
Also, remember to import those Russian mushrooms if you had if you've never eaten any kind of other mushroom ever.
Check out
and like eat more than one type of cheese or something.
Yes, check out
unless you're lactose intolerant.
Anseridae, I'm trying to shout you out here.
Okay.
Go check out Anseridae's Twitch channel. It's
Twitch.tv/Anseridae.
Yeah, it's linked in the description. And check out our Patreon too while you're down there. Like the video.
Do I have a Patreon?
I don't think so, but we do as the SqueekyDogCast. Yeah. I mean, I think you should know if you have a Patreon or not. Subscribe.
I have a throne. I have a buy me a coffee thing. I also got GitHub as well.
Well, if you go to the Twitch channel, all that'll be linked there, right?
Yeah.
We all got link trees.
Yeah, I don't have a link tree, but you two do.
Lazy dog.
I am lazy. Yeah, thank you everyone who showed up and supported us. We appreciate it a lot. And all of you have a wonderful time after you're done. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.